Hello, hello, hello. This is Colin and this is ColinTCrypto. It's been a little while, but I am back. I just got back from a trip to San Francisco doing an EOS workshop, and I'll share about that. But I have a lot of stuff to cover in this video, so much. And we're going to cover things such as Block.one trademarks their social app and decentralized exchange. I am now a voting proxy for your EOS delegations. You can vote for me and I will vote for you. Resource Exchange Update, REX, an EOSFinex update. I'm going to give you extensive coverage of vRAM, which is a new unlimited memory storage option in EOS. An EOS dividends website for determining the highest payout for your EOS tokens. EOSDAC update, the decentralized block producer we all control. A new game called FastHero, a lost private keys update. Total blocks missed by block producers. YouTuber Omar Bam, also known as Crypto, gives EOS a huge shout out, and he calls EOS and using it the Netscape moment. I'm going to show you some new block explorers and EOS Studio, which is like Visual Studio but for EOS and making development easy. And lastly, I'm going to give you guys a free giveaway. Lucky winners are going to win some free goodies that I will be sharing with you later in this video. So thank you very much for joining me. As you can see, I have a lot to cover. I'm going to try to densely pack this in so that your time is spent well. Thank you for joining me. This is EOS Mega Update Volume 17. All right, so great to have you guys. Thank you for joining me. And I'm just going to start this off by showing you the gifts that I'm going to be giving away later. These are EOS pins. As you can see, we have the EOS symbol and we have a Dan Larimer pin. You can see it says Bytemaster real small there. And I have a whole bunch of them to give away. I have 10 EOS pins and just one of the Bytemaster pins. So if you're a lucky winner, you're going to get to go home with the Bytemaster pin or the EOS pin. And I will give you instructions at some very hidden moment later in this video so that if you pay attention, you can win one. And I'm actually going to put on one of those pins right now. And there we go, a little camera magic for you. So you too can go home with one of these bad boys. Look at me, I'm double EOS. This is like EOS mega update right here, guys. So I just got back from San Francisco, as I said, and I had a great time. Not only did I have fun in the city, but I also got to hang out with some really cool people. And I'm going to show you some pictures here. So here's Alex from EOS Canada. This is me in a very deep discussion with him. I was thanking him for being such an instrumental member in booting up the EOS blockchain and just all the help he's done with his group, his block producer group, EOS Canada. And so I just want to pay special attention here. Let's do a quick zoom in on the sock area. And you will notice that we are both wearing quite gangster socks. I just have to point that out. He's got some really cool penguin socks and I'm rocking the Bitcoin socks. I actually have some EOS socks and I slapped myself in the face later for realizing that I was not wearing my EOS socks at an EOS workshop. But next time I can make that all good. And here's another picture. This is me with Raman from Investing with a Difference on the left and Alex from EOS Canada on the right. Super awesome guys. Raman was the host of this workshop and I am really impressed with not only his knowledge but also his ability to make groups and gatherings and workshops and seminars. He's a real social outreach guy and I think he's just doing great things. So awesome event and keep up the good work, Raman. It was nice to meet you. And here's a picture of me with Shah from EOS Blocksmith. Very cool guy. It was a great experience, met a lot of people. I met a couple of you guys out there too, and I'm really happy with that. All right, let's get into some news here, guys. So Block.one dropped some breadcrumbs inadvertently because they registered some trademarks that are for their new upcoming platforms, very likely. And there's two of them. One of them is called MEOS and one's called EOSX. And I have the trademarks right here. I pulled them up. And so MEOS is apparently going to be a social media type platform. And this is the actual trademark details. And it says, it will engage in social, business, and community networking, hosting an interactive website that allows users to create profiles and participate in a social network in the field of blockchain and distributed ledger technologies. That sounds an awful lot like Steemit 2.0. And the next one is EOSX. This is the next trademark that Block.one registered. And this description says, providing a trading platform for cryptocurrencies, blockchain tokens, and other digital assets. And this sounds very much like BitShares 3.0. So it looks like Block.one is working on it. And we have just seen another step in the evolution of bringing these two platforms to fruition. And I'm suspecting that both of these platforms may be integrated into Block.one's hardware wallet, because Brendan Bloomer himself has come out and said that the wallet is going to be more than just a wallet. It's going to have more functionality, more features. It's not just going to hold your money. And so what better way than to integrate a social media platform and maybe even an online exchange, a decentralized exchange, right in the application. I'm not sure if that'll happen, but if it does, that will be a mind-blowing app to have on our phones. So that's just some proof these two things are coming, MEOS and EOSX. I thought that they might call them Steemit 2.0 and BitShares 3.0, but they went with entirely new branding and new names, which I think is a lot cooler than just a new iteration of the same old, same old. These are new titles. All right, guys, and I want to announce, if you haven't already voted for me, and if you didn't already know this, ColinTCrypto is now a voting proxy for EOS. That means that you can delegate your votes to me, and I will vote on your behalf for not only referendums and proposals, but also for block producers. I will do the research and I will vote for you. So you only have to vote once, and I'll vote for the 30 block producers and the referendums and such. So I wanted to show you my page here. So my account is ColinTCrypto, so that's who you have to proxy to. And a big shout out to Aloha EOS for making this page. It's so useful to be able to see all the proxies. So you can see right now I have 565,000 proxied EOS, like a huge mind-blowing amount. It grew from 200,000 to over 500,000 in just like the past week and a half or so. And so I expect this to continue as more of you hopefully entrust me with your votes, which I will do my best to vote fairly for block producers. And I wrote down a list of criteria that I will use. So these are the block producers that I currently have selected. And the way that I select the block producers is with these following criteria. So technical competence, community contributions, community communication, and doing what's best for EOS long term, as well as geographical distribution away from other block producers. So I take a look at all those factors and I do my best, because there's a lot of block producers to pick from. So if I haven't picked you, please don't hold it against me. I'm doing the best I can with the resources I have available and the limit of 30 block producers. I can only pick so many. And so I will continue to analyze them and look at them over time and pick the best ones that I think will ensure a long-term success for EOS token holders and the community as a whole. So vote for me today, ColinTCrypto, your new EOS proxy. All right, guys, so let's get into some more news with an EOS Rex update, the resource exchange that we've all been waiting for so eagerly. And Rohan from EOS Authority, awesome guy, awesome contributions, has posted this update. And they did a full code review, like EOS Authority on their own dime volunteered and did a code review of the resource exchange that Block.one coded. And they found that it was working awesomely, but they did find a bug. And so they posted that bug to Block.one. Block.one has already fixed it, and they're now testing it further. So big props to EOS Authority for just volunteering such awesome services. So what are the next steps for the resource exchange? We want to see it as soon as possible, right? But of course, we want to see it in a functional, bug-free form. And it says Block.one is expected to roll out the next release candidate soon enough, and we are ready to test it out fully again. This time around, we won't need as much time to test because the 30-day loan renewals have already been tested. As we said in the beginning, we believe the resource exchange is extremely important for EOS. We have allocated financial and technical resources to build a professional interface for the resource exchange. The first version is ready. You will love it. We can't wait for the community to get their hands on Rex. So I am pumped about this. I think we will be seeing it very soon, but take your time, guys. Make sure it's awesome as you've been doing. And we all thank you for your hard work on that. All right, and so you may have heard about BitFinex is creating an EOSFinex, but then we didn't ever see it, right? So this user said, when can we expect the beta of EOSFinex? And Paolo Arduano, hope I said that right, says, our new target date is 15 February. Definitely Q1. So we're going to see in Q1 EOSFinex, a decentralized exchange. Keep in mind, we just saw that Block.one has EOSX, another decentralized exchange. So we're going to have at least 2 of them. And I believe that Houbi has a 3rd coming. So guys, if you don't get the hints that are being dropped here, EOS is freaking going to be huge. We have multiple decentralized exchanges already coming out from huge corporations, BitFinex, Block.one, Houbi. So that just makes me that much more confident in EOS, even though I'm already so confident. Hence my double EOS paraphernalia today. All right, moving on. vRAM, this new topic. What is vRAM? Well, the best way to put it is that currently in EOS, we started with 64 gigs. It's somewhere up around 80 or 90 gigabytes of RAM that the block producers have allotted for the network to use as a resource. Now, 80 or 90 gigabytes is a lot of memory for a single computer, but it is not a lot of memory for a global computer that everyone's supposed to use. Imagine if every DAPP, every Facebook, every Steemit, every exchange, every user profile, every video game, every blog post was all trying to be stored in that 80 gigabytes of memory that we have right now. It just couldn't be done. It's not possible. So right now, even though it's called RAM, EOS's memory is actually acting like a hard drive because everything's getting stored in it because there's only one option. Well, starting mid-February, which I'll show you why I think that in a minute, there's going to be another solution created, which is called vRAM. Basically, it's like virtual RAM. And essentially, all it's doing is taking data and allowing you to store it off the blockchain, IPFS. And then you can retrieve that data so that you can access it and use it when you need it, but only when you need it. And therefore, it doesn't clog up the 80 or 90 gigabytes of memory that we currently have. And this allows an unlimited expansion of data and storage on the EOS blockchain. This is going to be freaking huge. No more super high RAM costs. I think this is going to dramatically lower RAM costs because you can store an unlimited amount off the blockchain that you can use in your apps just as easily. So let's get into this. vRAM, the hard drive EOS has always needed. And by the way, this is brought to you by Liquid Apps. They're bringing you a couple of very cool things coming up in the near future. So they say that buying 1 megabyte of RAM, an EOS-specific database for storing DAPP smart contracts and state information, would cost a developer approximately 65 EOS today. As it stands with the current RAM model, building sophisticated dApps that require gigabytes of storage to house relevant usage data is impractical. However, dApps that need to store user profiles and updated state information, such as current account balances, often have RAM requirements of several gigabytes. If developers need to use RAM to store comprehensive data for multiple dApps permanently, the likelihood that these applications will scale to millions of daily users is slim. EOS RAM is a misleading term, functioning more like a hard disk drive rather than a random access memory device which only stores data relevant to live operations. vRAM is an alternative storage solution for developers building EOS dApps that is RAM compatible, decentralized, and enables storing and retrieving of potentially unlimited amounts of data affordably and efficiently. vRAM allows DAPP developers to migrate all relevant data from RAM to IPFS files hosted by DAPP service providers, utilizing RAM to store in-use data exclusively. Now that was quite a mouthful, and I'm going to break this down. So it's saying that vRAM allows DAPP developers to migrate all relevant data from the current RAM model to IPFS files. So what's an IPFS file? IPFS stands for Interplanetary File System. It is a versioned file system which can store files and track versions over time, kind of like GitHub allows you to update code and track the changes with different versions. So you can do this with files as well using IPFS. And it says it defines how files move across a network, making it a distributed file system much like BitTorrent. So it's combining a feature like GitHub where you have versions of files with BitTorrent, which allows you to distribute that file globally so that it's decentralized and not in any central location. Thus, when you access that data with your EOS DAPP, you can be assured that it's still decentralized and it still offers you the same security benefits, but at a fraction of the cost of the memory that RAM has been taking. And there was a really good post here that gives some ideas of what this could be used for. So it says, token balances can be kept in vRAM, enabling a long tail of community tokens and free airdrops. metadata of alternatives to Quora, Facebook, Yelp, Patreon, etc., votes, likes, threads, things like that. A player's game data and saved games should only be loaded into RAM during a game session and evicted when not needed. So these are just a couple of examples of how this new vRAM is going to be used. I have a feeling that this is going to be so fundamentally useful to EOS that every DApp in the future, or almost every DApp, will end up using vRAM. It will become crucial and a crux of the system that we just haven't seen yet. All right, and it says the vRAM solution should be launched during February 2019. That's next month. So I'm going to play a clip that I have from Brock Pierce where he tells us something about vRAM.
I don't know if this is public yet, so please forgive me if I said something I'm not supposed to, but DAPP token. Bancor and Liquid EOS have a scaling solution for EOS for the mainnet, a DAPP layer that is going to solve all the RAM and CPU issues, I believe in February, which is why I hope I'm...
public, but it's public now.
Please forgive me. I didn't know I was going to go down this path, and I think I'm okay for saying this, and if not, again, please forgive me.
All right, so you heard it right from Brock Pierce's mouth. February 2019, vRAM solution coming soon. All right, moving on. A very cool website, eosdividends.com. And so if you've been wondering, like, how do you get the most bang for your token buck when you stake or you make a passive income, or you want to get that dividends payout, this site sorts it for you in descending order. So you can see how many users were here, how much is staked, how much EOS has been paid out. And I asked the creator of this site, and he says that he believes all of these pay out in EOS directly. So BetDice has paid 12,000 EOS in the past 24 hours. Poker has paid out 3,000 EOS in the past 24 hours, etc. And now, with that being as exciting as it sounds, I'm going to just give you my opinion on this. It's cool if you're already using these platforms. By all means, find the most beneficial payout and get the most bang for your buck. However, I'm personally not going to use any of these. And the reason is because I'm waiting for the resource exchange to make my passive income. I don't think it's going to be far away. And the main reason why I'm saying this is to get these benefits, you need to have tokens in these native dApps. So you need to have BetDice tokens to be able to get this EOS payout. You need to have EOS Bet or Big Game or Trust Dice tokens to be able to get this payout. And that's a very risky proposition in my mind. I would not want to hold any significant portion of my EOS tokens in any kind of app or DApp like this, because crypto is as volatile and risky as it is already without putting it into a sub-crypto of EOS, trying to get some profits. I have the feeling like it would be more likely that one would lose money overall because the price of the token itself wouldn't be as high as EOS than making a profit on that staked dividends. That's just my way of looking at it. So that's why I'm not going to be using these. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. But I think this is an incredible site. And if you're into staking and if you're into payouts from these different apps, by all means, here's a resource, eosdividends.com, which allows you to see it easily for yourself. All right, moving on. We have EOSDAC. I have kind of ignored this, to be honest, for the past 6 months or so. I've been excited about this idea, this notion of an autonomous, decentralized block producer on the EOS network. However, I have done nothing about it. But Andrew Furmanczyk, I think I slaughtered his name there. I'm sorry about that. Andrew F. We'll call him Andrew F. from now on, from EOSDAC. Gave me a bunch of information, and I actually just spent the time, watched a video of his 30 minutes long, dove into it, and it actually looks really cool. And so, guys, we are really close, first of all, to getting the EOSDAC activated as far as the decentralized custodian control of it, because it has its own governance system built into EOSDAC, but it needs to reach 15% to be able to do so. So any of you which have EOSDAC tokens, which you definitely will have if you're an EOS Genesis token holder, I beg of you to vote and just activate your tokens, if for no other reason than to get this governance system going. It's really close. And here's how you do it. You log into Scatter, you come to members.eosdac.io, and it'll show your login up here when you do it. And then you go to the menu here on the left and you click on Constitution. The first thing you have to do is agree to this Constitution. So once you spend 16,000 hours reading this, then just sign this. There'll be a button up here once you've logged in and you sign that you've read the Constitution. It makes a transaction on the blockchain showing your agreement with the Constitution. Takes all of 2 seconds there after the 16,000 hours for reading it. And then you vote for a custodian. And check this out. We are at 13.7% right now. We are so close to that 15% activation threshold. It says the DAC will be activated at 15%. And so all you have to do is look through the list here, pick someone you like, pick people you know, and vote. It's better to vote than to not vote at this point because we need it activated. And so you just click on a couple. You'll see a green check up here. You can click up to 5, and then you click Submit My Votes. And at that point, your scatter pop-up window will come up and you submit your vote. Boom, you're done. You've just helped activate the EOSDAC chain. So I really encourage you to do this. Please take a moment out of your day. I know you're busy, and just vote for them. And let's get this thing rolling because I think it's going to be very exciting to see decentralized governance within a block producer on the EOS. And their goal is really awesome because they're not only trying to make a block producer, but they're also trying to create a set of tools for automation of future decentralized autonomous corporations. They're really creating something awesome, and I really want to support them. So thank you for doing that. All right, here's a game I just stumbled upon called FastHero. Essentially, it's just like every other betting application out there. You have a slider, you get to pick your risk and your reward. You can see the payout and the win chance down there. But it's really cool because you can actually see it visualized in a 3D form here. There's no players playing it right now, but look at the graphics on this thing. I mean, this is amazing for a betting application. So you can see all the little fighters down here shooting arrows and going to attack the character. And I'm going to read you some more about this game just because it's got such impressive graphics. It's got like a boss-like character. So you are attacking and battling against this boss character. And when you defeat him, you get tokens as a reward. You get fast tokens and slimed tokens when you kill the monster, and you can use those tokens to further upgrade, to have better, cooler things in the game. So it's really quite an advancement on your classic betting application. And the group that made it is called FastEco, and here's their Twitter page. All right, and if you've been wondering about the lost EOS private keys situation, I've been following up on it every few weeks, and EOS Nation is doing a tremendous job. Major props and shout out to EOS Nation for doing such an amazing job organizing this. And to the guys involved, because we have everyone from EOSDAC, we have Everipedia and Liberty Block, EOS Authority, EOS Argentina, CryptoLions, and EOS Nation. They are working hard every week to create a solution so that we can have an automated smart contract solution to recover our lost EOS, that we have cryptographic proof of our Ethereum private keys. So they are working on it. Every week they make more progress. So please, your patience, because it will happen, guys. It's going to happen. They just need to make this work and work well. So they've been working on it, and I've been working on it, and we all work. Okay, moving on. All right, guys, eosnetworkmonitor.io. Actually, Kent of EOS San Diego brought this to my attention, and I thought this was really cool. Props to EOS Kent for being awesome. So you can go to eosnetworkmonitor.io. You scroll to the right of the menu where there's these little 3 white dots right here. You click on it, and you click on missed blocks all time and missed blocks last 24 hours. You can even see the missed blocks for the last round, which is approximately the last 3 minutes or so. But we're going to leave that one out for now because it's such a small time slice. So this column here is missed blocks all time, and the second column here is missed blocks last 24 hours. And it's just interesting, if you look down through this, BitFinex has the highest number of missed blocks of all time. 32,458 missed blocks in total from BitFinex. I don't know how these guys are in the top 21. Oh, yes, I do, because they are whales and they vote themselves in. Well, that's going to change someday when we get the Rex and we get people voting. And vote for me, ColinTCrypto, and I will vote out people like this who are manipulating the system and taking rewards and missing blocks. It's not okay. Let's see who the next highest is here. It looks like it is ZBEOS. Again, I wouldn't vote for them, and I don't vote for them. A lot of missed blocks, 9,822 missed blocks. Oh, here's another one, it's even more. 11,000 missed blocks from EOS Lao Mao Com. So we don't want block producers that miss tons of blocks. We need a smoothly running blockchain. We need to vote out people like this. And in the last 24 hours, let's see who the winner is. EOS Fly to Mars. 50 missed blocks in the last 24 hours. Can you not get your hardware going? I don't know what's going on, but I don't need to vote for someone who can't make the blockchain operate. Sorry to sound a little strict there, but I'm not happy with block producers who can't do the job they're being paid to do. All you need to do is have a server running. Anyways, I thought you'd like to see this tool. It just gives you another bit of information on your block producers. So when you're voting, you can vote intelligently and not pick someone who's a detriment to the network. And this guy built a very cool site. So it's like CoinMarketCap, but for EOS tokens. And you'll notice that many EOS tokens are not yet listed on CoinMarketCap or CoinPaprika or any of these coin listing sites. So he made his own. And here it is, marketcap.one. Very cool name. And you can see the title of the tokens here, Black, IQ, PGL, etc., Dice, Meet1. And it shows their value in EOS, and it shows their circulating supply value. So there's two columns here, the market cap of the circulating supply and the fully diluted total supply. And that's basically when all the tokens have been issued, what will the market cap or what would the market cap be at the current today's prices. Some tokens haven't been fully issued, some have, and you'll see that the columns will match here. If it's 16 million here, 16 million here, that means that all the tokens that will ever exist for PGL already exist. But for something like EOS Black, you have 2.1 billion tokens currently circulating, but it looks like there's going to be a total of 3 billion total circulating. So they give you the values, and you can sort the columns based on which one you want. So right now, IQ, Everipedia, has a $230 million when fully distributed value to their tokens. And right now, EOS Black has a current 53 million of all the tokens that have been distributed. So a useful resource for you guys to check out. All right, and a big thank you to Crypto, Omar Bam, as some of you may know him from his YouTube channel, for giving a major shout out to EOS. Just so you know, Crypto has been a major influencer of me. In fact, I believe he's the reason why I do crypto videos to this day. So if you're watching this, Omar, thank you very much, because you inspired me to create my own channel and to contribute news in the same way that you do, and to do it to such a high caliber and such high standard. I was really inspired by you, and I consider you a role model in the YouTube crypto space. And so I'm going to play a clip for you guys where he talks about EOS in a fairly favorable light.
The best one for daily active users currently seems to be EOS here, which has more than double what Ethereum has right now, despite the fact that it only has 142 dApps, while published here on stateofthedapps.com, versus Ethereum's 2,278 dApps. So it's been crazy. Look, 1.94 million transactions in the last 24 hours versus 65.07 thousand on Ethereum. So it's been quite the leader.
And right here is where Crypto says that he feels like using EOS, to him, feels like a Netscape moment.
The way that I was checking out these dApps here on EOS, I can agree that it's feeling like a Netscape moment for me.
And there you go, guys. A Netscape moment. I think that's a really good way of putting it. And that's how I feel about it too. We've had crypto iterations over the past 9 or 10 years now, guys, a decade in crypto. And if you go back to Bitcoin in the first days where you're in the command console and you're typing commands and it's like the most nerdiest of nerdy things. I mean, it's still nerdy, don't get me wrong, but like now using crypto is a lot different. You have a Ledger Nano S, you plug it into your scatter, you can click a button, perform an action. It's a lot easier. And with something like EOS where you have half-second block times, it's basically real time. And that's the way it needs to be. And I think that's the way it's always going to be from now on with the leading blockchains. There's no reason to have any delays whatsoever. And so EOS brings you smart contracts, proof of stake, half-second block times, and that to me is the Netscape moment. I agree with him completely. And when we see these things like EOSX, the decentralized exchange by Block.one, and their new hardware wallet, and possible integration with their new social media platform, MEOS, the possibilities really get very, very exciting. And so I think that that's a great slogan for EOS right now, the Netscape of crypto. And the site that he was just looking at is again called stateofthedapps.com. And here it is with the statistics globally of all dApps. And you can also specify which DApp platform you want to use, like EOS, Ethereum. It looks like they're missing Tron on here. Hopefully they'll add that. But with the data that they show here, with the data that you see here, it's interesting because it's exponentially increasing. 2018 goes to about here. So right here is where 2018 starts. You'll notice that it steepens its curve right here. 2016 ends right about here. So 2017 was another steepening of the curve. So it looks like almost every year here we've had a steepening of the curve of adoption. And I expect that, as you probably could guess, to continue. dApps are only going to get stronger. They're not going to go away. So this is going to go steeper and steeper and climb faster and faster as more and more dApps exist, more and more users are using them, and more market saturation with dApps occurs. Very, very optimistic. This is why I would say that there is absolutely going to be another bull run. There's absolutely going to be higher market values for these cryptocurrencies like EOS, Ethereum, etc., because it's only increasing. It's not going away. A site that I'm really excited about is EOSq, and Alex from EOS Canada will be very happy that I'm sharing this. So I learned about this just at the workshop in San Francisco, where he was using this when he was doing a presentation. And it says here, high precision block explorer. And I got a taste of why, because this is extremely detailed information about any EOS account, especially smart contracts. And I'd have to load one up here, but basically any smart contract will show you, it'll break down on the screen every transaction type, every function call, every sub transaction type, sub function call, you know, all the way down, so you can see exactly what's happening every step of the way. And it's beautifully laid out, it's crisp, it's clear, and I didn't know about this, amazingly. There's so many blockchain explorers out there, it just hadn't crossed my radar. But once he explained it to me and what it's doing and showed us how to use it, I really feel like this is a very empowering blockchain explorer. So check it out, eosq.app, not .com, not .io, it's eosq.app. Okay, and another presentation that I was really excited about. So Rose Wren of EOS Studio has released this program. Now, it's only available for Mac right now, but it's going to be available for Windows and Linux in the coming month when they officially release it. I got to see a test version of it, a sneak peek, if you will, at the EOS workshop in San Francisco. Basically, while she was showing this, it struck me what a visionary project this is. This is like having Visual Basic or Visual C, you know, when you're programming in a user interface on Windows or your favorite operating system. Well, this is like that, but for EOS. It's a user interface that interacts with EOS. The blockchain allows you to publish things, allows you to connect with the EOS IO software of your choice, and then program and code your DApp in an environment that assists you. So here's the web page. It's eosstudio.io. So here's some screenshots of what it looks like. It's really cool because she showed us at the workshop. Again, you can connect to any version of the EOS IO software, download it, and then connect to it in the program. Here you can see a list of the versions right here, and there's a little console text down here of what it's doing behind the scenes. This is what you would see if you were just doing it raw from the command line, but when you use the program, it's doing that for you. It makes the barrier to entry easier for your average DApp developer on EOS. This is why it's freaking huge, and I'm super pumped about this. Originally, they were just going to have this be their own program for their own DApp development, and when they realized how popular it was among other people, they decided to release it to the public, which is, I think, the best decision ever. So EOS Studio, keep an eye on it. Go to their Telegram channel, EOS Studio, and tell them how much you love their idea, and I think they'll be happy to hear it. All right, guys, please like this video if you haven't already. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell icon in the corner there so that you'll be notified when I do put out videos. And if you've watched this far, I think it is time to reward you with a chance to win one of these cool EOS pins. Oh, the backwardness of the camera wins every time. So I have, as I said, 10 EOS pins, and I have one Dan Larimer Bytemaster pin to give out to the lucky winner. So you may be asking yourself, well, how do I win such cool things? Also, by the way, I'm going to give out one of these Meet One. No, let's make it two. I'm going to give out two of these Meet One kitty cats. This is their logo, their mascot. And he's holding an EOS symbol. Very cute. It's like a little statue. and I have 2 of them. So I will mail this stuff to you guys. So I have 2 statues and 11 pins that I'm going to mail out to the lucky winners. So how do you win this? First of all, step 1, like this video. Step 2, write a comment in the comment section of this video. Say how much you liked it, make a comment, say how much you hated it, and make sure you include your Twitter handle. I need your Twitter handle so that I can communicate with you later. Step 3, add me on Twitter if you haven't already. My Twitter handle is ColinTCrypto. So once you've done all that, 1 week from the time of upload of this video, I'm going to pick 10 users at random who have satisfied all those requirements. You've liked the video, you've commented on the video with your Twitter handle in the comment, and you've added me on Twitter, ColinTCrypto. And I'll pick 10 people at random, and then I'm going to send you a direct message. So that's why you have to add me on Twitter. That allows me to send you a direct message, and I will notify you that you're the winner. And I have to put the note here that this is only eligible for USA people and for Canadians because of shipping costs, because it's so freaking expensive, and I'm going to be paying out of my own pocket to give these gifts to you guys. So I'm happy to do it. I love the EOS community. My gift to you guys, but that's why I won't be shipping to Africa or God knows where else. Okay, guys, so that's what I have for you today. And lastly, remember to vote for me as your proxy, ColinTCrypto. I will be honored to cast your votes intelligently for you, for block producers and for referendums. That's all I have for you guys today. I know this was a long video. Thanks for watching it. Thanks for sharing it. Take care, be awesome, and go EOS. Have a good day.